Hello, my loves. Today we are going to talk about family patterning. One of the things I'm working on right now is codependency. Ugh, still kind of still tingles when I talk about it. Um, Patternings, things we learned as kids that became normal to us. And when it became normal to us, ego said, "Oh, this is the way to survive. This is how we survive. We keep picking people that's gonna allow us to be in victim mode over and over and over again." I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get off the hamster wheel. How do we get off the hamster wheel? One of the ways that I'm learning to get off the hamster wheel is called the family constellation. And I will leave the book in the link in the bio. But Joy, I'm bad with names, y'all. But she adopts this model from a psychologist. He was a priest, he turned psychologist, he lived in South America. Beautiful story. Anyway, the book is about maybe 80 pages long. And what she talks about is having a energetic conversation with your parents, because that's where we learn our parenting from our parents. And when you do this, you're literally going to go back to whatever age your consciousness, your higher self tells you. If it's 3, then you're going to go back to 3 years old, and you're going to energetically call your parents in. So you're your 3-year-old self. You're going to call your mother in. You didn't love me because you didn't feel loved. You didn't feel loved as a kid, right? So she's standing there. You can see the worries in her face. You can see just the pain and depression in her eyes. But you're still looking from a 3-year-old perspective. And that perspective, in this moment, you and her have 2 different versions of love. So tell her what's your version. You didn't bake cookies for me. You didn't tuck me into bed. You didn't walk me to school. You didn't do my homework with me. You didn't pay attention to me. I literally, yes, I had a roof over my head, and yes, I had food, but I raised myself. That is not love. And that's the truth. That is the sad truth of many of us. We had our basic needs met, but we were not raised. Now, I want you to watch your mother, and I want you to trade places with her. I want you to look at her, and I want you to watch the pain behind her eyes. I want you to think about a typical day with her. Mommy worked 2 jobs. Mommy was struggling to go to school. Mommy, it was always food. It was always late. But mommy, when she came home, she was tired. She didn't love me. What if her version of love was survival mode? To make sure your basic needs were met. To make sure you had a roof over your head. To make sure that there was food on the table. To make sure that there was nobody touching you inappropriately. What if that was her version of love? Who's wrong? Nobody's wrong. It's just a different perspective. So when you have this conversation with yourself, can you now forgive yourself? Because what happened is you drinking a poison Kool-Aid. Mommy didn't love me. So you keep telling yourself, she didn't love me. You keep telling yourself, she didn't love me. So you just keep drinking this poison Kool-Aid and keep drinking this poison Kool-Aid and keep drinking this poison Kool-Aid. This exercise is not for her. This exercise is for you so that you can stop drinking the poison Kool-Aid. So you take a deep breath. Okay, change your perspective. Mommy was in survival mode like most of the parents of our generation. She loved me as best she could. It wasn't what I needed, but to her capabilities, she loved me. Don't you feel a little gooey inside, a little better inside? I don't know. Once I came to that realization that she did the best that she could with the information that she had, I was able to forgive myself for telling myself this narrative for 39 plus years. And I was able to take myself off the hook. But let's go one step further. It is not our job to heal our parents. It is not our job to heal our parents. I don't give a damn what people tell you. It is not our job to heal our parents. So let's walk through an exercise on how to allow the ancestors to do that. You ready? All right. Creator, spirit guides, ancestors of positive intent. Within this frequency, I ask for a container of white light. I ask for protection in the 6 directions. Okay. I am going to do this from my standpoint. The principles are the same. Adopt them to fit your situation. It is my preference to do one parental guardian at a time. So today we are going to work with the mother. So I'm about 4 years old, and I'm sitting in the middle of the floor, and I summon my mother to me. I'm looking at her, and I just see, she's just so worried. I don't know what she's worried about. The lights are on finally. You know, there's food in the refrigerator. What is she worried about? Whatever. There's been a disconnect between her and I for a while. And I know she doesn't love me. So now that you've voiced those things out loud, I want you to now trade positions with your mother. I want you to feel the heaviness in her body. I want you to feel the depression, the unexplainable aches that she carries. I want you to feel her feet as they ache from working a 12-hour shift last night, for having to still come home, get you dressed for school, feed you breakfast, and to watch you walk to school. I want you to feel her anxiety for only getting about 4 hours of sleep before she had to make sure you were home safe, where dinner was cooked, so that she can go back to work to start all over again. I want you to feel the ache within her heart chakra, that there's not enough money, there's not enough food. What are we going to eat tomorrow? What am I going to do? As you feel that, I want you to now remove yourself from her energetic field. I want you to move back into your 3-year-old body. Thank you. I want you within this frequency to watch as her perception of the event leave her body and float into a cloud above her head. I want you to see that dark cloud. As you watch this dark cloud form above her head, I want you to quickly create a very thick glass wall to where that cannot touch you. I want you to understand this wall serves 2 purposes. This is a contract that you created between your parent, your mother. The contract to continue her suffering. The thickness of this barrier are the ancestors that stand with you. I want you to feel them. Now I want you to watch behind your mother as women of her lineage come into this field, as they support her. I want you to watch as they put their hand on her shoulder to give her support. I want you to watch as her body lightens. I want you to watch as she stands erect. I want you to watch. I want you to watch the physical ache of depression leave her body. I want you to watch as the women behind her, the medicine women, the shamans, the oracles, the prophetesses, the high priestesses. I want you to watch as they begin to work their magic on her. I want you to feel it within you as you watch her get attuned. Now, I want you to picture a small table in front of you. I want you to picture the clean piece of paper and the pen. Remember, that wall acts as the contract between you, the current contract between you and your mother. So I want you to watch the two pieces of paper on this table. I want you to take the old contract with your signature and your mother's signature. I want you to tear it up. And I want you to ball it up and give it to Grandfather Fire to transmute the energy. Now I want you to watch the paper in front of you. And I want you to write, I choose a life of healthy relationships. What is this saying? This is your GPS destination. This is telling Creator that within you, she needs to assist you to create the pathways that allow you to have healthy relationships that are conducive to your spiritual path. I want you to sign the contract. And I want you to give it to Creator. Now I want you to feel yourself as the memory dissolves and as you come back into your current situation. It is done. It is done. It is done. Tell me what you think. Let's have a dialogue. I'm always open to new perspectives. How do you feel? What's up? What's going on? Have a good day on purpose.